Hey there. Oof, this one took some time. You know, this was supposed to be after the Dragon Quest collab. Ochette EX is warrior for some reason, and her main thing is support for other warriors, merchants and apothecaries. The main thing you are likely to use her for are her damage cap and BP conservation ult, situationally potency latent, and the passive team buff. She also has a cool A4 to exchange for in the future. The first passive is for her in the damage dealer role. It's easy to activate, but there is only one use for it. Her support skills don't need it at all, and as a DPS she is not too viable. The more important passive then is the one which shares her defense stat as attack, so pick equipment with defense. She also needs to be in the front for it to activate. The latent power is good, 75% is quite high. I can see it being used on the second break turn to buff both Ochette's attack and, for example, Dark Knights, so you don't need to use Renew EX. You get less damage cap like that though, so it's not ideal. But if it's enough, then it would save you a spot on the team. Ochette's ult does a bunch of stuff. The most important parts are the damage cap, which is huge, and the hood and holder effect. It just lets you ignore BP regeneration aspect for break altogether, but it won't be enough for a 3-turn break with Nier. Even though this ult can be used from the back row, that would deactivate Ochette's front row passive, the one which buffs attack, so keep that in mind. Since the hood and holder effect is too short, you should use the ult during the first break turn. Also, Osvald doesn't benefit from hood and holder apparently, but he still gets the other buffs. Ochette has plenty of cool useful skills. Critical scope is simple, debuffed enemy gets critted. Horn of Ult can give 200% ult charge, which is incredible. Can save you needless BP waste with some planning, especially when you are not taking Elrond. And simple physical damage buff. She also has a heal move, which is not that interesting. Ochette can also dish out some damage. Not as good as Dark Knight, but she can do that. Especially during the second break turn, because she has a potency up latent and it can hit heal. Well, to set it up you need to max boost the EX first. By itself the EX is not that interesting, but if I understand correctly, you'll get all 9 Venta points immediately on max boosting it. And then you get one use of the stand hit. Should hit rather hard with all the buffs and an increased damage cap. Perfectly great for a sub DPS. Ochette also has a 2 hit and a 4 hit, but they are not as effective obviously. Then she got the catapult skill. It hits all physical weaknesses, so it's great for AoE shield shaving, but you need to be rather precise to break with it. And she also has the elemental bottle thing, which is not very useful. All in all, Ochette can elevate some specific DPS, you can find a competitive use for her. Moreover, you can get her A4 one day, but you need to be sure she fits your team. There is no point of her if you are running mainly Pardis or Kaine. And that sadly limits her, so if you don't like the limit, you can skip. She is good, but not completely irreplaceable. Osvald, one modder cleric. He comes with a skill which gives 100% potency up, but it has unlimited uses. Hooray to all the old units who need it like air. He also applies a new ailment type called Rancor, which also buffs potency in some way. And he has other ways of buffing magic as well. Let's look at the passives. The hell is that? A latent power which turns on a nuke skill. Does anyone understand what it is for? That's just a damage cap nuke. Okay, next. Rancor Ailment. Increases potency of received hits by 10%. Quite straightforward, and it also synergizes with Seraphina. The rest of the passives are better. Better shield shaving and a buff to his latent, some dark damage and damage cap, and a skill analogous to Ochette's, but a magic version. Also works from back row. So, boostable potency skill. That gives it quite an edge over the Solan and Renew version. It has lower damage cap, but with some BP support, you can easily potency boost at least 2 DPS for the whole break duration. Osvald also has an ult which gives a whole lot of debuffs, and inflicts a Rancor for 7 turns, which is convenient. Magic buff skill is useful as well. Osvald has some damage skills, most useful as DPS one is his 5 hit. While it's a low number, to be fair it's an AoE skill still. The rest of his skills are more debuff focused. All in all, Osvald is good for pulling up all the units up to speed, like Frederica or other dark damage clerics, but he's not that useful in the future. Ice Meta has self-potency. Then comes Alauna EX2, and she just has her front row potency buff. But for now I can see him being used in cascade battles. These are quite chaotic, so a source of unlimited potency ups can be very useful there. So while he has uses, he is more of a very good convenience to have rather than a necessity. I did pick him though, because Osvald is like a big floppy giga chat and I want him. Don't skip units you want, guys. I'm still sad I skipped Xenia. Twice. Picking her up next time for sure. Thanks for watching.